What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, The Pull Up. And today we have a special guest. Listen, she is the brave one, so she's definitely not afraid, and she loves her man. You know, we have in the building today, we have Etana in the building today. What's going on, my sister?
I'm doing fantastic.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
Thank you for actually joining us here on the Entertainment Report podcast because I know somebody like you, you've been in the business for a while and you continue to put out hits and soulful music throughout your entire career. So we'll have a good conversation today.
Okay.
Definitely. So I know right now, our main topic at hand right now is a show you're coming to Toronto for. Friday, May 30th, One More Pandem Birthday, Earth Strong, featuring
hmm
yourself alongside Professor Nuts. What could we expect from Etana in Toronto?
And that's a weird question to ask because you know, the performance is always um, something that um, creates additional memories for people to keep and to carry throughout their lives. You know, I don't think it's something that they'll be able to easily forget, not anytime soon. So that's what I bring to every performance that I do. There's never a performance that falls short of that.
Good. You see, even though it was a quote unquote word question, you gave a straight answer. So we're all good then. We got to where we're going. You understand? Do you remember the first time coming to Toronto?
No, definitely not.
They say definitely not, eh?
No, because I've been there a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Um the first time must have been when it was with the Richie Spice or something like that. I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
um clearly because it's been a while. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, so I got one for you where this might be better in your memory. Do you remember the best time in Toronto? One of your most memorable times of being in the city?
Being in the festival in the middle of the city in the park, where like all of Toronto come out to see reggae music and to hear reggae music. I think that was one of my best times in Toronto.
Yeah. No, because I know Toronto's a place that definitely loves you because of your soulful singing style. And it seems like you do it so effortlessly. I see you just walking around doing it, sound check, just doing it at home, just singing, turn on your live, you just sing. Where do you get that soulful energy from? Where does it come from?
Probably growing up in Jamaica or growing up with my grandmother.
Hmm.
The spirit of my grandmother was very powerful. And she told a lot of stories about her mother as well. And I think it was either passed on or somehow I believe the responsibility as a child
Hmm.
to carry that forward.
No, for sure. Because as I said, you do it very effortlessly. Like it's just something that you do.
I'm happy that you think so.
Am I lying, or does it it's something? Do you do a bit of work on it, or it just really comes naturally to you like that?
um, I don't think about it. I just perform. I just sing. Um, I think if I have to think about it, I think people would see that I'm thinking about it or feel that it wouldn't feel the same way
Hmm.
to them or to me. So I just don't think about it. I just be myself and sing.
Hmm. I hear you 100%. All right, so then we're gonna get a bit more personal with you here. All right, what
Okay.
are 5 things Itana cannot live with, and why?
5 things I can't live with.
Yeah.
Uh, a bad mind neighbor. um, shoes that don't fit.
Hmm.
Um, hard headed people. Or maybe I could live with them. No, not really.
Hmm.
I like people who like to learn and like to grow. What else I can't live with? foul smells around the house, if there is anything that smells any kind of way.
Okay.
And then in music, um, people who um, don't have the same love and passion for music as I do, who don't have the same interest in their work or in my work as I do.
That makes sense because I've known that you've done a lot of work with Kemar McGregor, and he seems to
Yes,
have the same passion, and he seems to understand you, and you seem to understand him, and you guys just seem to work good together.
very well.
Yeah. When was the first? What was the first song you guys recorded together?
Uh, hmm.
Okay, I'll make
I
your
would
job
think,
even easier. A first
yeah,
hit song that you guys recorded together.
I would think free. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Yeah. What was it like recording that song? Because that's one of your massive songs in your catalog. You cannot hit a stage anywhere in the world and not sing that song.
That is true. I didn't even want to go into the studio on that day because I was meeting him for the first time, you know, and I was like, oh God, it's gonna be like weird. And then, you know, just I don't know. I was very hesitant to go into the studio. And I actually turned back and drove like halfway back to where I was coming from. And a cousin of mine, was like, yo, what y'all do? And, you need to go back to the studio and record the song. And I was like, I don't feel right. Eventually, I went back into the studio and we chatted for a little bit. And then I started singing. And that was it. I just recorded the song.
But what was the hesitation why you even not even just got there, but you turned around and said, I don't know. What was the hesitation?
He's male, I'm female. Um, and I was about to be in the studio by myself with him, not knowing him, you know, and with everything that comes along with reggae music and a female recording in a studio. I just thought that, it was something that I'm going to have to defend myself, you know. But from the very first time that I met him all the way up until now, it I never was ever put in that position. And I think that's what made us so strong, working together throughout time. It's just been like the easiest working relationship ever, very respectful, very family like, brother, friend like, like very so cool, So yeah, it's a mutual respect that goes across the board.
No, definitely. I could see that because I know if there's any one producer or somebody in the industry that's in your corner, it's definitely Kamar. I see you guys on live. I see him talk about. I see him, and you guys' relationship seems to be very strong musically.
Yeah, it is. It's from the very beginning to this date. It has never changed.
For
Even
sure.
though, like, we don't communicate every day, over the past, cause check it, like and that time during I'm Not Afraid is 2006, 2007 that we're recording that song, right? All the way up now to 22025. There are
Wow.
like some years in between that we did not communicate at all. But every time that we link, it's like we just spoke yesterday, Like it never changed.
You just pick up where you ended. Because
Yeah,
even with him now, I know your latest hit song, Guide Over Us, with
yeah,
produced by Kamar and you and
yeah.
Beenie Man. What was it like? Was that the first time working with Beenie Man now on a song in the studio?
No. Well, working together in the same room, yes. Because I have two other songs with Beanie Man. Um, One More Time and Money is the Motive, right? Money is the Motive is not my production, but One More Time is a Free Mind music production. And we weren't in the same room, but we worked remotely. And then with Guide Over Us, we were in the same room. Same Beenie Man, same energy, never changed from them time that you'll know from the last conversation we had. He's just the same person.
No, and you could see, Beanie Man. Beanie Man just likes to have a good time, but he's
Yeah.
serious about his music, though. That's one thing. When it comes to let's sit down and record, he's serious about that. But besides that, Beanie Man is Beanie Man.
Beenie Man is Beenie Man. That's all you can say. Like in the booth and on the stage, he is the artist, you know. Outside of the booth and outside of the stage now, that's a different story. But all in all, he's still like, a very cool person.
Because even Guide Over Us, I know you received a plaque the other day for over 7 million views on YouTube already.
Yeah. And yeah, because I think the reason why we even consider that as important is because the song was a month old or a month and 2 weeks old and got to 7 million views. And, because of the stigma and the arguments around being a man and his competing artists, they were saying, oh, some people were saying the views were fake, the views are fake. But when you actually get a plaque from the company that you get it from, they have to verify the information from YouTube and SoundScan to ensure that they're not producing a product that is false. So it has to be verified, you know? So to me, that was important to let people know, hey, this is legitimately 7 million views that is verified, that each view is legitimate. So, yeah,
You know what it is? The world we live in is a big world, and a lot of time we're just looking towards Jamaica or the States. But there's a huge world, and I know you have a huge fan base in like Africa and these places here. So
all
for
over the
you to get
world.
yes, so for you to get 7 million views
I don't know why
somewhere.
they think it's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a situation. So you got to understand, as you said, you understand the situation. So you see why people would question something like that.
Not only that, we live in a time too that artists, like some artists, find the time to put a group of trolls together who are paid monthly to push down whoever they want to push down and to make themselves look good. So, yes, and people do have hundreds of those people that they pay to just flock your page if there is an issue or they feel like you need to go down or come down a couple notches, you know? So, that too is another thing, So.
I get it. That's how it goes. I see you guys filmed the video. You guys filmed the video, I think, in Florida too, with the private jet, the big cars, and all of that stuff. What was the experience now filming the video with Beanie Man
It was
in his
cool.
first time back in the States after such a long time?
It was cool. He was very relaxed, you know, a lot jovial and playful. Um, in some instances, he was like the diva, you know. On the same day, I had to leave the set to pick up um, a certificate, like a proclamation from the city of Lauderdale. Um, and I said to him, "Hey, I have to meet the mayor of Lauderdale to pick up a plot." And then I said to him, you're gonna have to wait for me like 2 hours. you know, they must said, me, being a man, wait for you. I like, and then he bust out laughing. And he's like, yeah, man, everything will work out. So I'll see you when you get here. So in some instances, him is a little diva, and then next instance, him just really, really, him very cool and laid back.
No, you understand Moses, how it is working with Moses from
Yeah.
time to time. You understand.
And then again, him name Moses, so him entitled to.
I hear you 100%. So, as I said, our main focus here is you coming to Toronto Friday, May 30th at the JCA with alongside Professor Nuts for one more year upon them, Earth Strong. All right. Have you
Yeah.
ever worked with Professor Nuts before? If you have, what kind of memory do you have working with him?
Me see him on many stages. Stages that I have performed on either earlier or later. And is always well received. And in his performance, he makes you laugh as well, you know? So he gives you music and laughter and feel good vibes. And that's what I like about Professor Nuts. He always deliver good vibes. If you're looking for a good laugh, if you're looking for dance same time or rock same way or sing along, he has all of that in one package. Yeah.
Definitely. He's going to bring the laughter and you're going to bring the soul and we're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, so then let's get a little bit more. This I don't know if this is controversial or I'm going to see how truthful you're going to be about this one here.
Okay.
You've been to Toronto many times, all right? Tell
Yeah.
me what's your favorite thing about Toronto and what's your least favorite thing about Toronto?
The least favorite thing about Toronto is the subtle prejudice you face when you deal with some people. And the most favorite thing is that they love reggae music too. And then once they start coming to the event, everybody is just so, friendly and peaceful and nice. And, everybody, they have this feel good thing about them, even just walking through the door. Everybody attached to everybody, like they know everybody and they don't really know everybody, like they don't know each
Yeah.
other, but they're still talking. So, yeah, it's a good crowd of people. When they come together, it feels good.
It's like united through music.
Yes, you can definitely feel that when you're in Toronto.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, since we're talking about Toronto here, I know you have a catalog. Your catalog is crazy. A lot of hits and stuff. Give me three songs, a piece of three songs a cappella that Toronto masses are definitely going to hear you perform on your set Friday, May 30th at the JCA.
My man, me tell him I'm making everything we make it. No, I'm not afraid. So when a man love a woman and a woman love a man, a jaja. I could go on and on and on.
I know you could. That's why I said, first I was going to ask for five, but am I going to be pushing it? I said, okay, three. I know three you could do. Three might even confuse it because the catalog is so crazy, but you figured it out. And those three right there are some of Toronto's favorite songs from Etana right there.
Yeah, I know. And I'm looking forward to enjoying all of it.
Definitely. And we are too. Because when was the last time you were up here?
Uh, Last year or a year, maybe more than a year ago.
Okay. Okay, so you've been here lately. It hasn't been like a 5, 10 year type of span.
No, probably in 2 years.
Yeah. All right, good to go. Right now, the floor is yours. Before I get you out here, any special message, anything you want to say to Toronto to look forward to Friday, May 30th inside of the JCA with you and Professor Nuts? Leave a special message for Toronto. Why they should
Make
come
sure
see
you
you.
come out to the show. Not only that, like when you pay for a ticket or pay for your entrance to come into the event, know that you're also a part of taking care of other people as part proceeds go to different organizations to help children in need, people in need, you know. So your ticket goes a long way, not just for the performance. So I think that's off the top one of the best things about coming to that show. Then you get to enjoy yourself for the night, dance and sing loud and go on bad if you feel like. And then we say until next time. So make sure you come out to the show and come feel good and have a good time and share and care at the same time.
Definitely. And leave some social media contacts where they could check you out on socials, follow you, and all that good
So
stuff.
again, my name is Etana the Strong One. Etana, Etana. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Etana Strong One, Etana, STRONGONE, or on Facebook, One Etana, ONE, ETANA, and on TikTok, Etana Strong One, ETANA, STRONGONE.
Definitely, definitely. I've been following all this. I just wanted you to tell them so they know where to follow. I've been following from time. You understand?
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to see you, sit down with you when you come here. And definitely Toronto is going to be happy for a show with you and Professor Nuts where they're going
I'm
to
looking
have a
forward
great
to it.
vibes. Definitely. You know what I mean? Tada, thank you so much for sitting down. Can't wait to see you Friday, May
And thanks for
30th
having me.
inside the JCA. Definitely. And I mean, because your mind, I know when we really sit down when you get here, there's a lot of stuff in your mind that we're going to explore it because you're a very interesting character to say the least.
Oh, thank you. It's too
Yes.
deep. It's too much.
Never too deep, never too much.
All right.
All right, let me give you an outro and get you out of here. All right, Bob. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, The Pull Up, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinesmusichut.com.